Hey guys and dolls, it's Jason. Welcome into another video. We are going to be going through the charts in just a second on my screen for Sndl because the earnings did come out yesterday and we have seen a push up in that share price. But first guys, have you got your cup of tea? It is a nice day. I am drinking an acai berry tea today, and if you have never had acai, this is the colour of it. It's like a pinky purple. Quick story for you, I actually used to travel for about 8 years of my life, and I did live briefly in Brazil, and the acai berry is made in the Amazon rainforest, and it's very, very high in protein. You can get this from, say, Holland & Barrett here if you're in the UK. In America, they do sell it everywhere, but particularly a fruit that's only found in South America. If you speak to anyone from Brazil or Portugal, they will know exactly what it is. So I just want to let you know, if you've never tried acai before, it's a really interesting fruit and you should definitely go out and try it because it has a really unique flavour, and I fell in love with it, and it's really good in smoothies. So that's just a quick story for you guys, not that you're interested, but we're going to go into the charts. We're going to do a full analysis on Sndl, and I'm going to be drawing up some technical analysis and price predictions for where I think Sndl is going to end up over the year. The earnings have been very exciting, guys, and there is some good stuff that we are going to plug into, as well as a comment from the CEO, which I will read through. So let's dive into the charts and get into those earnings. But first, we're just going to try it to make sure it's nice. It's so yummy. So guys, up on my screen is the Sundail's report full year for the fourth quarter 2020. Let me move this camera over so you can see my beautiful face. We completed the financial reconstructing and eliminating 227 million in debt for 2020. That's phenomenal. Again, 60.4 million unrestricted cash on hand, and they also have another 719 million unrestricted cash on hand as of March 15th. So we have a ton of cash on the balance sheets. That's really, really good. Again, we did have a gross revenue increase by 10% to 73.3 million in 2020 compared to the prior year. So we have gone over there a little bit, which is good, which goes to show that we are growing. Branded net flower sales increased by 75% of total flower sales in 2020 from 20% in the previous year, as Sundail transitioned from wholesale to branded retail sales. So again, they are kind of working with that extensive side of their business. They're not just now selling out to wholesalers, they are also retailing. They are trying to set up their shop. And again, remember that a lot of this I think is in Canadian dollars, if I'm correct. Yes, it's in Canadian dollars. So do know that this is not in normal dollars. So this would actually be less because the conversion rate, the Canadian dollar, is more, in case you didn't know. It does say here that the net revenue for the fourth quarter was about 14 million. It was at 13.9 million, an increase of 8% year over the third quarter. So that's not too bad there, guys. General and administration costs were reduced by 18%. So that's something that we do love to see. We do love to see there's reductions in costs and initiatives of 32 million compared to 38 million in the previous year. So that's really, really good news. Committed about 58.9 million in the fourth quarter of 2020 and a further 31.5 million subsequently year end. I believe that they actually did sell 23,000 and about 500 kg of their flower products throughout the last quarter. So guys, that is quite a lot for this small company right now. Remember, they are an unprofitable company. They are growing. They are in that very, very early stages of revenue. So if you're going to invest in a company like this, there's a lot of risk, a lot of speculation. They are a penny stock, guys, which is why they are actually, in fact, below that $10 range right now. They are sitting just around $1.68 at the time that I'm making this video. We did see a nice push up in that share price yesterday, but the key points to take away from that little article there that I have read some of that out to you is the fact that they have actually cleared their debt, which is absolutely phenomenal on their balance sheet. They now have a ton of cash, which is really, really good news, so they can use that to do whatever they want to throughout the year. And again, we have actually reduced those operating costs, and we have actually increased that gross profit slightly because they are actually becoming more profitable as the years go on. So those are all like good ticks in the box. Analysts unfortunately do have this as a sell right now because they have price targets, I think, of around 60 cents. But again, you have to remember with companies like Tesla, remember how they were like scrutinized. I can't believe I'm just saying that Tesla is going to be compared to Sndl. There is no comparison whatsoever, so I should not use that. Let's use another example. If you imagine companies like NNDM, for example, that are still unprofitable, they're still in the process of making their 3D printers, but if you look at how they use their money to raise money on capital markets by doing direct offerings, just like Sndl have done, and you can see that push in the share price, they were just a penny stock this time last year. They were worth about $1, and now they are sitting at $11. They have over 1000x, guys. So the opportunities are there, depending on how the companies now actually start to capitalize on that. So that's more of a realistic comparison, but you have to remember that these companies, like I said, are unprofitable, so there is some risk there. So again, if you are going to invest in something like this is not financial advice. advice. These are just for education and entertainment only. My thoughts and views, I am a shareholder of Sndl and I will be holding for the longer term because I do believe that this company does have a bright future and they are doing everything they can to grow in this space, and I think that this could be a $4 to $5 stock, especially once we do see that adoption and that legalization start to spread out across the US and potentially global, where this company are going to go. And we know that they have just announced they did do a joint venture. If you want more information on that, then check out this video that I did do above on them, which I think was about 2 or 3 days ago. So guys, that is some of the news there to take away. The CEO has also said that we entered our second year of commercial operations, facing a number of internal and external challenges. And I just want to point out, it's really good to read through what the CEO says on an earnings report if you want to get a feel for the company, where they're headed, and of course what their plans are for the coming year. So I'll continue, including operational difficulties, excessive leverage, inadequate cost control, a lack of focus on our core value propositions, and rapidly evolving industry conditions, said Zach George, the Chief Executive Officer of Sundail. So that's a very, very interesting opening statement that he's given. They have had a lack of focus and core value proposition. So I'm going to do some more digging. In response, we redefined our strategic and made material changes to position Sundail for improved performance. We successfully reconstructed the entire organization by repaying all outstanding debt, tick in the box, improving our operational practices, tick in the box, targeting a sustainable cost structure and simplified business model, tick in the box. Sundail also curtailed production and reduced the size of our workforce in response to market demand. So that's also good. They are making the appropriate steps of action there to reduce that size in their work number so that they can actually start to have less operating expenses and become profitable in the long term. And again, if that does not impact the business but it allows revenues to increase, then again that is very, very good. We have raised significant capital, made a number of profitable investments, and continue to evaluate a robust pipeline of strategic opportunities. Capital preservation and corporate stewardship and key priorities for our board and management team, while our financial strength has improved materially. We still have significant work to do on our core operations to achieve the goal we have established for Sundail and our shareholders. So that's good, they are thinking about us as well. Sundail last 2 quarters have been negatively impacted by the complete repositioning of our cultivative operations as we focus on data-driven best practices to drive quality and potential results that meet evolving customer preferences. While we continue seeing many of our Canadian peers move away from the cultivation, particularly or entirely due to their inability to deliver consistent cultivation outcomes, Sundail has renowned its commitment to cultivating in our modern indoor facility and viewed this core competency as an opportunity for differentiate. Oh, I can't say this word. I can't believe I can't say this word. I'm gonna have to go on Google. How do you say this? Hey Siri, how do you say differentiation?
Sure. Translate into which language?
Differentiation.
Differentiation. That is a mouthful. That is poor pronunciation on my behalf. I do apologise, YouTube. And anyone out there, if you found that funny, please give this video a like. I feel embarrassed. Going forward, we are confident that the adjustments made to our cultivation and processing activities better enable us to delight our consumers and customers in the coming years. So that is some good news there. Here, that they are innovating and continuing to give improvements, increase their growth revenue and dynamic environment where the industry has been faced with a multitude of challenges. So again, that's really, really good news to know. So our ability to generate continued growth on the path to sustainable profit. So they are looking forward to that profit in the long term, which does go to show me that if I was to hold this in my portfolio long term, if I am a believer in this company and the CEO, then I think that we have good things to come. So guys, that is some news and updates there on Sundail Growers. If we go onto the charts really briefly, we can see that we have had that sell-off. I am happy to hold this, especially if we retest down onto that 100 SMA and we do actually break down below $150. Again, my average price on this right now is around the current share price, and I do think that we will actually see those highs of about $2.50 very, very soon as new catalysts do start to form up with legalization and over the year. So that is what I'm doing with our beautiful Sundail Growers. I am happy to hold this. This is a very, very small position in my portfolio, maybe of about 1%. So guys, do know that this is not like a 10% position at all, but I am confident that this company will become profitable in the long term, and I'm happy to hold my position position through any doubts of volatility, and I will see any further dips in that share price, especially onto the test of the 200 SMA as a buying opportunity. So that wraps up this video, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please give this a like, especially for, if I can say this word, differentiation. I think I got it right. Then hit that big red subscribe button below and join me on this journey. My name is Jason. I hope to see you guys back on my channel soon for some more content on investing. Stay safe and ciao. That was a really awkward ending.